Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nik and Matt Get Goosebumps. I'm Matt.
And I'm Nick, the guy who looks like he would have a podcast about Goosebumps.
That sounds like a compliment.
Does it?
This is a podcast about R.L. Stine's Goosebumps works.
It is.
Yes, just to be clear. And today we're going to be talking about book number 7, Night of the Living Dummy. Flagship in the Goosebumps series, Nick.
Why?
Slappy has become the face of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Has he not? Yes.
Yes, he has. He even got his own fucking world now, right?
He's got everything.
Yeah.
He's got a bride. It's someone should talk about Nick.
He's got a bride.
Nick, if Slappy can get a bride, there's hope for you yet.
Is there?
Nick, are you ready for some spooky facts?
I've been waiting for spooky facts all week. The past 2 weeks since we last did an episode.
No, sometimes the spooky facts are lacking, but I think I've got a couple of good
How
ones.
can there not be more spooky facts for this one? You just said it's Slappy, the flagship, etc.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot. I said sometimes
I
they're
know,
lacking.
but I'm just like, that's why I'm excited. There's definitely going to be a bunch.
Yeah, well, don't, you're getting your hopes too high, I think.
Oh, fuck.
This book was never turned into a TV episode, despite it being one of the most popular books, Nick. You know what they did instead?
They did the second one.
Ridiculous.
And the third one.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And didn't they also do Bride?
I think they did.
Yeah.
I remember an episode where you hear him say, "I want my bride." And that's not the Slappy I want.
TV show Slappy is not the Slappy I want.
Not at all. Not at all. But it's probably because this book basically had no Slappy in it.
Yep.
So, spoiler.
Mr. Wood is the star of this show.
Jesus. Nick, there was also an error on the back of the original prints of this book, and I checked my book. It's an original print. I
don't have my book present. So.
But when you get home, Nick, check out your book. See if it's an original print, because over here there's an error. Chris decides to get a dummy of her own. She'll show Chris. Should be Lindy. She'll show Lindy.
Chris was having a crisis of identity.
It's not a huge thing, but I mean, this is a...
That's a spooky fact.
That's a spooky fact, man. Now, I want to tell you something. Stine on Twitter. Now, I'm not a big Twitter goer, but...
What is Twitter? Do we have Twitter?
We do have Twitter, man.
Oh, God.
We succumbed to it. It's at WEGOTGOOSEBUMPS. It's just a way to keep in touch with the creator of this series. I want to know what R.L. Stine is doing. Just a few days ago, from when this podcast was recorded, Nick, Stine confessed... So
like a month and a half ago, right?
Sure, yes. Yeah. Stine confessed. He actually said, "I have a confession to make. Slappy never actually came to life."
Wait.
And I didn't know how I felt about it. I was upset. So were many other book readers. People quoted the book. People showed clips from the episodes of Goosebumps. They did tons of research on this, Nick.
I would expect no less from the feverish fans of Goosebumps.
Yeah. Someone wrote, "Well, in just that one sentence, you've ruined my childhood." But he just let that comment stew for a little bit, and then eventually came back out and said that it was just a joke. He was worried that people were taking Slappy too seriously. So he's just like, I feel like he's just at home.
Just fucking with us?
And he's like, you know what? This book I wrote 25 years ago?
This'll learn him.
Maybe he was drinking. Who knows what he does? I know, I'm just saying, this seems like the kind of thing that you do when you're not thinking clearly. And then he goes to bed, he wakes up in the morning, he's got like thousands of tweets back at him, being like, "What are you talking?" He's like, "What did I write?" Be like, "Oh." It's like, "Oh, no, I just thought you guys were taking Slappy too seriously."
Yeah.
Calm down, everybody. Too late. There were already 14 suicides.
Oh, wait. Don't joke about that. Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious.
Oh, fuck.
I'm pretty sure you would see that on, like, Google News or something.
The Google News?
Stine's tweet led to 14 suicides. No.
But you know why?
Why?
'Cause suicide is painless.
It brings on
I thought you hated the song.
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it so much. It ruined MASH. Stine is a strange cat, Nick. Because this is another tweet. He tweets like he doesn't have books to write. Like, he's on there all the time, just going nuts. So someone asked him if they send him a copy of a Goosebumps book, could he sign it for her son? Which, okay, it's a request that I'm sure he gets a lot, but you know how he responded to this?
Fuck off?
Basically, he said, "Sorry, I don't have a staff to sign autographs for me."
What does that even mean?
Which I don't know what to make of it, because on one hand, okay, it's not that anyone would want an autograph from a staff member in his employ.
Yeah.
But there was no follow-up to that.
That's bizarre.
That was the only thing he wrote, and then the woman replied to it saying, "It's okay, I still love you." And there was nothing else. Like, he never... I thought that would be the kind of thing where he's like, I'm just joking, but no, I can't, because I can't have that request pouring in constantly. But just to say, I don't have the staff to sign autographs for me.
That's bizarre.
Let's talk about this cover, Nick. You ready for the cover discussion portion of this? Terrifying, correct?
Yeah!
And much of that is attributed to the slight angle that Slappy is on.
The slight angle and the shadow, like, yeah.
It's something that they did away with in the reprint of this book.
Oh, now is it just like a fucking cartoon character?
No. But in the 2003 reprint, no angle. He's just straight on, and it was just less spooky, I think. But it's a scary cover.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, when you put a ventriloquist dummy down, it's not going to sit erect. It's going to like slump over a bit because it's just like.
Yeah, good work, Jacobus, for portraying the character that plays a very little role in this book.
But, see, that's the thing. He's wearing a suit and everything. Mm-hmm. That's Mr. Wood, not Slappy.
But I think Mr. Wood
Slappy is described how he looks like in the TV show. With the red hair and the flannel, like the yellow flannel jacket.
Oh, is that Mr. Wood on the cover?
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Yep.
All right, let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's edit that out so we don't ruin it for everybody else. Nick, what have they done with Slappy?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a question I've been asking myself a lot in the last couple of days. They've commercialized him. They've humorized him.
It's like the Freddy Krueger thing. It's like when Freddy Krueger has a breakfast cereal, he's not scary anymore.
Exactly. They've taken his essence out of him. He's less about owning slaves now, and more just about common mischief. He's no better than a lawn gnome at this point.
These lawn gnomes, what, are they seeking revenge?
But they love mischief. Okay. They love it. Nick, do you remember when Slappy used to slap bitches?
No, I don't. Tell me more.
He did. That was how he got his name.
He slapped bitches?
He slapped one in particular, Lindy, right across the face with a hard wooden hand.
Welcome to the 1950s, everybody.
Then he got married. Then he just changed, man. It's just like he got...
Well, that's what happens. I know that.
Yeah, he was like, this kind of attitude isn't gonna work in today's modern world. I have a wife now. I got to be a little more responsible.
Got little wood kids, or what's
little wood chips?
Little chips off the old block.
The cast includes Chris. She is the twin sister of Lindy. Lindy, the twin sister of Chris. Slappy, the dummy. Mr. Wood, another dummy, and Barky, it's a little dog. Listener beware. You're in for a scare.
Maybe.
Possibly. All right, we start off at chapter 15, Nick.
Wait, hold the phone, Matthew.
When the story starts.
Whoa, what do you mean? The story starts at chapter 1.
No.
Are you saying that nothing happens for the first 15 chapters of this book?
I'm not saying that nothing happens, but I am saying that nothing of cause happens. Nothing of value happens, because it's just two sisters bickering with each other, pulling pranks.
Pranks, yeah.
There wasn't one thing that happened.
I'm tired of these little fuckers doing pranks in every book. It's like, I pranked you. It's like, get a job.
They're 12. And they are getting jobs in this book. This is the first book that that really shows some initiative into the job market here. Chris and Lindy are bored, and they go out to explore a house under construction. Lindy finds a small child's body in the trash can.
Okay, I had a question.
Go ahead.
In the text, the word drumpster is capitalized.
Like dumpster?
Yeah, the drumpster.
Okay, sure. It's capitalized. He's after that sweet dumpster money.
But is that an official is that a noun? Is that what's a proper name? Is that a proper name?
I don't know. I think it's a proper name.
Or whatever.
It's got to be as proper a name as Frisbee. Less so.
Oh God, yeah, Frisbee. But I just found that very peculiar. That drumpster was capitalized.
I don't understand why you keep saying drumster, but I'm going to overlook it. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know why. I didn't catch it, but
okay.
Capital D's.
So anyway, what happens? They find a kid's body in it?
Yeah, they do. Oh,
so then I made a note that Max's family strikes again. Max, the protagonist from Book 6, Let's Get Invisible, as we all know, was part of a mafia family. Yes.
When they broke that mirror, all the bodies that were strewn around the world just came back to be a thing of the flesh.
Yeah, the desert got filled with,
Yes, and child's bodies were found, too.
Yeah.
So they take this child's body, they stick their hand up the kid's back, realize that it is a ventriloquist dummy, and she names it Slappy. Now, when Chris asks, why did you name it Slappy, Lindy threatens to have him slap her.
Yeah, this is dumb. Chris is very sensible when she's like, it's probably full of bugs and worms and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it probably is. You found him in a fucking dumpster. And
yeah.
Anyway, Slappy's origin is a lot less glamorous than I had anticipated.
So much less glamorous. He was a
They found me in a dumpster!
But you know, he later on gets married. And that's hope. That's hope for all of us.
Shut up.
He was a dumpster baby.
Oh.
You know, and they do try and show us that Chris is the sensible one here, but as the book goes on, I start to hate Chris.
Awful.
I like Lindy. Lindy is the one that I thought I would hate, but no, she's the sensible sister to me.
I know, I couldn't remember which was which.
Lindy's a natural at it. She's impressing the town with her ventriloquism skills.
Yeah, the two ginger kids.
Oh yeah,
I made a note that there were more gingers.
There's always a couple of gingers.
That's great.
Even one of these dummies is a ginger.
Oh.
She's just impressing everybody though. These kids they're eating it up. She's real good at it already.
Yeah,
and,
she does take to it very quickly.
Yes,
like surprisingly quickly.
Yeah, it's a gift
and a curse.
She gets offered a gig at a birthday party, $20.
Yeah. See, you say gig. I made that note because he's like, the father's like, "Oh, you got a job with your dummy, eh?" And I just wrote, "It's a gig, Dad. When you're a ventriloquist, a job's called a gig."
She's so learned. And then after she says that, he immediately says, well, you know, you're going to have to start helping out with the bills around here.
Fuck you, Dad. Not paying with my dummy money.
Then you and your dummy can get the hell out of my house.
Mom, Dad's being a shit again.
Mom does not care.
No. No, she's passed out. Like,
Yep. So Chris is super jealous. She thinks this whole thing is so dumb, but she's also intrigued by the money that she could make. Money. Get pretty rich doing this. I want a dummy too, she says.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have plenty of dummies in your life.
Yeah. I am embarrassed for Chris here. Find your own thing.
Yeah, no, like...
And after
I kind of feel Lindy where she's just like, oh my god, get your own damn sandwich. Like, do your own thing. Like, why do you have to be me?
And especially, it's not like she was really into it at the beginning. She's like, oh, this is so stupid.
This is
so dumb. So dumb. I kind of want it to.
No, I want to do it.
Give it to me. And she's Lindy's like, no way. Get your own thing. Go finger your junk jewellery or something.
Wait, slow down. Slow down. Say what now? Moving on. Go finger your junk jewelry.
Choice words, Stine.
Yeah. There was a lot of weird wording in this.
There was. The parents suggest that they just share Slappy.
And why not?
Well, why not? Dummies aren't cheap, Nick.
No, they are not. I looked into it.
Yeah, we can't all be so lucky to find dumpster dummies. Believe me, I've looked in a lot of dumpsters.
I know you have.
And every time you think you find a dummy,
it's just a dead body.
It's just a dead kid in a little tuxedo. You'd be surprised how many toddlers in tuxedos there are in dumpsters.
Fuck.
It was like that show on TLC, Toddlers in Tuxedos in Dumpsters. It's exactly like that show.
Not a show.
The parents say, share Slappy.
Just share the fucking thing.
Chris goes to grab him. He's like, Lindy, I'm fine with sharing Slappy. Are you fine with that? Slappy calls her a moron, or rather Lindy makes Slappy call her a moron and then slaps her across the face, a hard wooden slap across that 12-year-old face. I feel like Lindy probably gets punished for slapping her sister, but it's kind of funny, so they probably let it go.
Yeah.
But the next day, their dad brings home another dummy that he found for cheap at a pawn shop. And then Chris is very delighted to find it, and she very lamely names the dummy Mr. Wood.
Hello, I'm Mr. Wood.
Oh, why are you called Mr. Wood, Mr. Wood?
Well, 'cause I'm a chip off the old block, see?
Oh my god, you're going to be terrible at this, Chris.
Oh, I've made notes that the jokes suck.
Yeah, it does not run in the family. Now, Chris starts bragging about how this dummy is so much better than Lindy's garbage dummy.
Yeah, I mean, no, she has a fair point. Slappy was a dumpster dummy.
Yeah, but no class whatsoever. Come on, you were trying to share your sister's dummy just the other day, and now you have your own dummy and you're going to put down your sister's dummy?
I mean, you know.
The mischief starts early on, Nick.
Yeah, I mentioned that there's an early start.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when it happened.